This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday we did with string operations, right? Okay. So believe all of you connected with the Google Classroom. At end of the class, please remind me. I will share all the material related to your coverage. So what we discussed in string memory model. So Python memory model. What is the specialty in Python memory model? Value is the object which occupies the memory. Variable is just a pointer, just a reference name. That's it. Who is the owner of the memory? Object is owner of the memory. What is the object? Every value is an object. Every value is an object. Got it? Yeah. So that is one point you should not forget. First thing, variable is just a label, just a reference name, right? Variable is not owner of the memory. Object is actually occupies the memory. Object is actually owner of the memory. Okay. Second one, memory allocation. Sometimes it checks whether the object is already available or not. If it is not available, then only create new object and point it. In case it is already available, just point the existing object. This is one mechanism. Sometimes it follows another mechanism also. What is another mechanism? Every time create a new object. Just point the new object. So either thing happens. To know this, what exactly the Python is doing situationally, if it is necessary for you to know this, whether both the objects or both the variables are pointing same object or different objects, you have operators, identity operators, is operator, is not operator. Okay. Then strings related string memory mechanism, string memory model. String supports indexing. String is collection of characters. String supports indexing. Positive index, negative index. String is immutable. Okay, this is all you know, right? And the string memory model also you understood. The same string memory model is the memory mechanism for the list tuple kind of collection objects. String slicing, you understand? The same string slicing is applicable for everywhere. List slicing, tuple slicing, array slicing. Even you go for NumPy pandas, the same slicing technique is, same syntax is useful. Okay. Yeah. And we gone through the string operations and string functions. We gone through the string operations and string functions, right? So here there is a function called format function, string formatting. You can do string formatting yourself without any special functions. You can do string formatting yourself using concatenation technique, right? Look at this, what I am doing here. Input number 155, number 277. Okay, calculated a value, b value, c value. There are three variables, right? I'm printing what is a type of a. So two objects I am printing, right? Using single print command, I am printing two objects. One is variable a, another one is a type of a. Similarly, b, c. So output is the string object, and C variable C is the variable. Got it? Like this I am printing. Is this output make really meaningful? Sometimes not, right? Suppose if I print three variables side by side, 55, 77, 132, it does not make sense really, right? So what I want to do, I want to all together, I want to make as a single string. All together, I want to put in the form of single string and present it in the output. Here it is not single string. This is a different object, this is a different object, this is a different object. The single print command is printing multiple objects, so they are printed side by side, separated with the separator space. Got it? You see, a lot of times the people forget the print command. Okay, so that nature of the print command, you know, right? But here I want it to print as a single string, converting a variable a as a string, concatenating with the text space plus space. Again, that is concatenated with the b variable converted into string. Again, that is concatenated with the space equal to space, that is a text. Again, that is concatenated with the c value converted into string. So 55 plus 77 is equal to 132. This whole is a single string. Does it make sense or not? Somehow meaningful or not? So concatenation technique I can use. I can use concatenation technique wherever you want, no doubt at all. But still, look at the format method of the string. Format method is used to inject the values into the existing string. Inside the string, somewhere you want to put your values. Got it? If at all you did MS Word mail merge. What is mail merge? In your document, somewhere you will specify the field name, but from the somewhere else it will get the value, put that value over there, right? Understand? Similarly, variables are containing the values. Those variable values I want to put somewhere in my string. I want to inject those values in my string, right? For that, these are the place. What is the place? Where to inject the value? Where to put the value? This is the placement, right? You understand? This is the second location where to place the value. This is the third location where to place the value. So this is the string enclosed within single quotes. Of course, whether it is enclosed within single quotes or double quotes, it doesn't matter. But inside the string, I kept some places. Okay, those are the places where I can put my value, where I could put my value, right? So dot format method, I specify the values or variables. So here you see first placement takes the first variable value, second placement takes the second variable value, third placement takes the third variable value. So variable A value located at this place, right? Second variable, variable B is located at this place, right? Third variable, variable C goes to this place. Got it? Understand? Sequential order. By default, sequential order. Clear? Now you see. At the places, the values of the variables are located, and finally it forms a string and print the string, right? And similarly, you see, no, sir, I don't want in the sequential order. I want to locate my own value in the intended location. You can specify index. So first variable index is 0, second variable index is 1, third variable index is 2. Got it? So 0th one located here, 1 index value located here, 2 index value located here. What is the 0 index? A. A goes to this place now. Okay. What is the 1 index value? B. B goes to this place. What is the 2 index value? C goes to this place. Got it? Similarly, you see here 2. C is the 2 index. It goes to here, right? And 0. A is the 0 index that goes to here, right? B is the 1 index that goes to here, right? Again C is the 2 index that goes to here. Got it? Wherever you specified the corresponding index, that value located at that place, that variable value located in that place. This made by format method of the string. All of you clear? Understood about this format method? If you look at this. So employee number, employee name, location, age, salary, job. These are the variables. These all variables I am printing side by side. Normal printing. So here you see EMPNO is equal to ENO, EMP name is equal to ename, something like this. Of course, it looks something better, but this is a different object. This is a different object. If at all I put SCP is equal to /n, what happens? Does it make sense? No, right? Yeah. It's just a normal print command, side by side it prints. That's the reason. But instead of this, I want to look at using the placements. You see, these are the placements. So according to the default, what happens? First one goes to first place, right? Employee number, okay. Second one goes to second place. Third one is salary here, but it is job, wrongly located or not. Next is salary, location goes to here, wrongly located or not. Next one is age, job is located here, wrongly located, age, location go to location, right? They are not properly located because of course the variables I gave like this. Got it? Understand? No, sir, of course, variables I want to give in my comfortable order, but the variables should be located at appropriate places where I want. Then exclusively you specify indexes. Are they located properly because I specified index 0, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, right? According to the indexes I specified, the corresponding variable value located at appropriate place or not? This is done by format method. This is a string formatting. All of you clear? Yes. Next, yesterday, I think we done with the join. Join we done, right? So next, one more method is a find method. Find method is for search. Find method is for searching. Okay, now? Yeah. So this is S1 is the string. S1 is the string. S1 dot find in the S1, in the string S1, please search for something programming. Got it? Yes. This is the default. I did not specify any starting point from where you have to start searching these things. I did not specify. Okay. So it will start searching from beginning of the string. Search begins at the beginning of the string. So here, searching for programming, yes, programming is found. It find only the first occurrence. Once it is find, after that how many is there, I don't mind. Okay, understand? It's only go for first occurrence. Yes, it is found. What is the index? Index of the starting letter. What is the starting letter? P. Index of the P. So programming is found. So it takes index of the starting letter of the match. Got it? So 26 is the index here. Got it? Understand? This is the first one. Are you clear? Then here you see second example. If you see find programming, but 75. What is the 75? Search should begin at the 75 index. So after the 75 index, you search for programming. Up to 75 index character, you ignore, don't search. Search begin at the 75 index letter. So a 75 index letter is approximately here. Here it is searching for programming, right? What is the starting point? P location 90. Okay. So in between 29 to 70, search starts at 29, ends at the 70 index location. In between 29 to 70, here is the programming, right? Approximately it is 55 or 59 something. Okay. Java, not there in the string. So it not matching. It is not found. So -1. It gives the indication -1. This is the find method. This is the find method. All of you clear about find method? R find, search in the reverse direction. Search in the reverse direction, right to left direction. See, by default, it is searching this one. Even though it is searching in the reverse direction, output will be the positive index 90. Got it? Yeah. Just observe this. This also, R find also you observe. It is like this. Got it? Yeah. This is the find method and R find method. Find method search direction is left to right. R find method search direction is right to left. Whatever it is, output is in the form of positive indexing. Got it? Yeah. Next, index method. Index method and find method both are same. Only the difference is find method does not give error if there is not found. If the search string is not found, find method doesn't give error. It gives -1. But index method gives error, value error, substring not found, right? Because Java is not found. So 26, 90, 57, it's okay. But Java is not found. Index method is giving error. In case of find method, it gives -1. It doesn't give error. Clear? Yeah. Similarly, R find method and R index method is both are same. Only the difference is R find method gives -1 if the search not found. R index method gives error, value error, substring not found. That is the difference between R find method and R index method. Just next one is replace method. Replace method. ఇంకా ఎవరు డౌట్ అడగల సార్ ఈ ఫంక్షన్స్ అన్ని ఉన్నాయని నాకు ఎక్కడ తెలిసింది నువ్వేదో పది చెప్పినావు ఇప్పుడు ట్రైనింగ్ లో ఉన్న ప్రాబ్లం అదే మేమేదో ఉన్న టైం షెడ్యూల్ చూసుకొని 5 10 చెప్తాము ఆయన చూసుకొని చేసుకోండి అని వదిలేస్తాం ఈ గాక ఇంకేమైనా ఉన్నాయా సో faculty is given you the information there are 10 methods. Okay, 10 methods you practiced well. Is this 10 methods only or are there anything more? No, I believe my trainer. So whatever he told, that's the final. Is it? No, do one thing. Here this is STR, right? So of course in any environment it's allowed, but I do show in IDLE help is a function. Help str. What is str? Class name. Str is the class. Int is the class. Float is the class. List is the class. None type is the class. Right? What you can do with str, you see squeezed text. Click on that. You will get everything. Okay? Lower, count, encode, ends with expand tabs, find, format map, index, these all are there, right? Understand? So in real time while you are working, you may get different kind of this kind of information might be needed. So in the version of the Python, that object, what are the members of the object? You can find it. And as well, it has given syntax and description is given. That description is not enough, suppose. What you will do? What you will do? Huh? అమ్మని అడగాల ఎవరు గూగుల్ని లేదంటే నాన్న దగ్గర పోవాలా ఆయన సినిమా చూపిస్తాడు ఎవరు యూట్యూబ్ అది సో replace, search for the string, replace that with. So here string is immutable, original string cannot be modified. Even replace also the same, original string not modified. It will take the string, find for the letters or find for the words and replace it with the destination, the target word, right? Here p is replaced with dollar or not. Got it? Yeah. అంటే నేను ఎందుకు ఇవి చెప్తున్నానంటే మనం అందరం నాకు తెలుసు జెన్యున్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్, ఎవరిని కించపరచడానికి వీలు లేదు అవునా. కానీ రేపు కంపెనీలో పోయి టాస్క్ అసైన్ చేయగానే మీ మొహం మీరు చూసుకోవాలి, లేదంటే గూగుల్ మొహం చూడాలి తప్పితే పక్కనోడి మొహం చూడాలి. ఈ అలవాటు లేకపోతే ఫస్ట్ మీరు చూసేది ఏంది, పక్కనోడి మొహం ఎవరు చూడాలి, ఎవడు నాకు హెల్ప్ చేస్తాడు, ఎవరి దగ్గర నేను ఓపెన్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఇయే కదా. అట్లా కాకుండా చిరంజీవి లాగా స్వయం కృషిని నమ్ముకోవాలన్నమాట. ఓకేనా. సో గూగుల్ యూట్యూబ్ అమ్మా నాన్న ఇద్దరున్నారు ఆఫీస్లో మీకు హెల్ప్ చేయడానికి. ఓకే. Yeah. See here, the Python, I am searching for Python. This is the string. In that string, so s1 dot replace, searching for Python, replace with Java JT. Is it replaced or not? Next example, you see, I'm searching for programming, replace with application development. All the occurrences of the programming replaced with application development or not? Got it? Understand? Yeah. This is what replace method. This is all about the string and string. Till now, we have seen Python like a couple of commands, with data types and something. Complete programming, the complete program, we haven't written so far, right? So now let us write a program for the student marks memorandum. Accept student number, student details, 6 subjects marks, calculate total and average, display the student marks memorandum. This is a program or not? What is a program? Group of commands. Already we have seen one command for arithmetical operations, right? Okay, so group of commands together you put in a file, executed, that will be executed line by line from top to bottom in the sequential order. That is the writing the program and executing the program. This is what programming. What is programming? Open an editor, open an IDE, write your program. When you say execute, write your program in the sense multiple lines of Python commands together. Multiple instructions together is the program. Multiple lines of the commands. Okay. Then one program we'll see now, that is student marks memorandum. So input command to accept runtime inputs. Then you have to calculate, do the calculations. This is student marks memorandum program. This is a program. Once you understand how this will be executed, first line takes the input, second line takes the input, third line, fourth line, fifth line, sixth line, seventh line, eighth line takes the input. The ninth line calculates the total. 10th line calculates the average. Then print the output. That's all. Very simple. Very simple. First line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line, so on, top to bottom, all the lines are get executed. Couple of lines are intended to take inputs, couple of lines are intended to do some calculation, some process, couple of lines to print the output, right? Similarly, employee payslip program, accept employee number, accept employee name, then accept designation, then salary, right? So based on the salary, 35% of the basic salary is HRA, 28% of the basic salary is DA, 22% of the basic salary is TA, 12% of the basic salary is PF, 30% of the basic salary is IT. Got it? Yeah. Then I'm calculating gross salary and net salary, printing the output. How this program will be executed? Execution begins at the first line, then step by step, line by line, it will execute towards bottom, right? Top to bottom. Similarly, simple interest program, principal amount, rate of interest, number of months. Of course, it could be number of months or number of years based on your term. It could be number of days also, right? Microfinance. In case of microfinance, the number will be number of days. In case of personal finance, it would be number of months. In terms of banking finance, number of years. Interest calculation will be in that term, right? Yeah. So here simply we are calculating interest amount and principal amount plus interest amount both together is the total payable amount, right? Like this, some programs you can do. This is what programming. But here there are no logics as of the programs. The three programs I have shown you, did I implement any logics? No logics, straightforward. All the lines one by one line gets executed. If you want to implement the logics, the thing is you have to control execution flow of the program, right? You have to control execution flow of the program. Execution flow is nothing but a thread. Your program is there. Whenever you say run the program, default thread, one thread will be open. So that thread will take first line and execute it. Then second line, execute it. Then third line, execute it. Then fourth line, execute it. That's what the thread, right? Understand? Execution flow is the thread. Now, depends on my situation, my condition. I want to skip a couple of statements in my program execution. Those statements are there in the program, but sometimes I want to execute them. Sometimes I don't want to execute them. I want to skip them. Got it? Sometimes I want to execute. Sometimes I want to skip. Got it? Sometimes I want to go for an alternative logic. Either do this or do this, like that. So these kind of things I can implement by controlling flow of execution. That's why next topic we are going to discuss control flow structures, flow control structures. Flow control structures is used to control flow of execution, right? Control flow structures, otherwise flow control structures, simply called as control structures. What are the control structures? In other languages you will see so many: if statement, case statement. If statement is if statement. If statement can be implemented in various steps, various things. Simple if else, if else, if sequence, nested if, multiple ifs. These all are way of implementing if statement. Got it? Next, a case statement. Next, do while do, do until, while until, do. Okay, then for loop, something like this, right? There are so many. If you see if statement, if you see this in C language, C++, Java, C sharp, is all. In Python, it is very simple. Only three: if statement, while loop, for loop. If statement, while loop, for loop. That's nothing more. Case statement, no case statement, but you can implement those all logics using if else sequence. Need not to have the not necessary. Case statement is not necessary. So simplified. Then until loop is not there, while loop only. In case you want reverse order, just implement your reverse direction logic. That's all. Got it? This depends on your logic. So until loop is not there. For loop is there. While loop and for loop, only three. So control structures mainly classified into two types. One is conditional construct. Second one is a looping construct. So if statement comes under conditional construct. If statement comes under conditional construct. Second category is looping constructs. Looping constructs can be again divided into two categories. One is condition based looping construct. Second one is iterative construct. While loop is the condition based looping construct. For loop is iterative looping construct. Simply write an if statement, conditional construct, conditional statement, right? While loop, condition based looping construct. For loop, iterative looping construct. For loop is not based on condition. For loop works based on iterable Python objects. Iterable Python objects. Iterable Python objects are none other than collection objects. Multiple value container objects are iterables. Okay? Yeah. Let us see first. Let us begin with the if statement. Let us begin with the if statement. Once you observe syntaxes, quickly let us see syntaxes. Syntax of the if statement. First, simple if. If you want to go with the heading and something like that, side heading and information like that, go for if. This is simple if. Simple if. Okay. The syntax is, this is for heading. Syntax is if condition, any condition, whatever condition you want, you can write the condition. If condition, then block of executable statements. This is the syntax. Block of executable statement represented by the space indentation. Space indentation. So in other languages, open curly brackets, close curly brackets, right? In Linux, the shell scripting also do, done, then fi, something, some representation is there to indicate that this is beginning of block of statements, this is end of block of statements, like that. In Python, nothing is like that. Indentation itself is the representation for the block of statements, right? Now you see, these all statements follow the same indentation. These are the block of statements comes under if block of statements, if block. Got it? So before the if block, can you have a couple of statements in the program level or not? Yes. Before the if block, I can have a couple of statements. After completion of if block, once I go back, this is again program level. Outside the block, outside the if, right? Outside the if. Understand? This is simple if. This is syntax of the simple if. if the condition is satisfied, in case the condition is true, then execute these all statements, the statements inside the if block. If the condition is true, execute statements inside the if block, right? So first line executed, second line executed, third line is also program level or not? Yes, third line is executed, condition. These are the block of statements under if. These are block of statements under if. If the condition is true, if the condition is true, then enter into the if block, execute these all statements, and after completion of execution, come out. Okay, then continue executing further statements. Continue executing further statements, right? In case condition is true, enter into the block, execute block of statements and come out. Understand? That is the flow of execution. In case condition is false, see first line executed, second line executed, third line is the if block. Here it verify the condition. Condition is false. It will come out. It doesn't execute these statements. Those statements are skipped. It come out and continue executing further statements in the program, right? This is a simple if. This is a flow of execution for a simple if. You can have if else colon, then block of executable statements. This is the if block, else block. It is nothing but single if block only. Please observe, it is single if block only. This is your if block. This if block contains the else. Indentation is same for both, right? Indentation is same for both. Please observe carefully. These are the statements. This is else block. This is if block, right? If the condition is true, if block get executed. In case the condition is false, else block get executed. Understand? See, once observe the execution flow. First line is executed, second line is executed, third line is executed. Here condition is verified. So condition is false. So go to else part. Go to else part. Execute the statements in the else part and come out. Continue executing further statements, right? Due to condition is false, it is executing else part. It's executing else part. If block is not executed because condition is not true, condition is false. Ante kada. Suppose first line, second line, third line executed, third line is if condition, condition is true. Condition is true. What happens? It will enter into the if block, it will execute the if block, then come out, right? Else block is not executed. These statements are executed, then it come out and continue executing the further statements in the program level. Else part not get executed. It depends on the condition, either this or this. Depends on the condition, either this or this, right? ఏదో అడ్వర్టైజ్మెంట్ ఉంది కదా, పాస్ అయితే బైక్ కొని పెడతా, పాస్ కాకపోతే ఉన్న బైక్ అమ్మేస్తా. ఓకే, అంతేనా? అంతే కదా. లేదంటే బస్ పాస్ కూడా ఇవ్వను, నడిచిపో కాలేజీకి, అంతే కదా. యా, సో దిస్ ఈస్ if else. All of you clear? Simple if, logic of simple if and if else both. We have if else if sequence. if else if sequence. ఈ మధ్య అడ్వర్టైజ్మెంట్ వస్తుంది కదా, నువ్వు ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో పాస్ అయితే బాదం పిస్తా తిందాం, సెకండ్ క్లాస్ లో పాస్ అయితే సెకండ్ క్లాస్ లో పాస్ అయితే ఏదో చాక్లెట్ తిందాం, థర్డ్ క్లాస్ లో పాస్ అయితే ఇంకోటి ఏదో తిందాం. పాస్ అవుతావు కదా అంటే ఎల్స్ స్టేట్మెంట్ పెట్టాలా అవుతా అని, రైట్? సో ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ 1, హియర్ just you observe there are multiple subsequent conditions. There are multiple subsequent conditions. Okay, మీకు ఆస్ట్రాలజర్ దగ్గరకు పోతే చెప్తాడు, సోమవారం వైట్ డ్రెస్ వేసుకో, మంగళవారం కాషాయ డ్రెస్ వేసుకో, బుధవారం ఇంకోటి ఏదో వేసుకో, ఓకే, గురువారం ఎల్లో డ్రెస్ వేసుకో, శుక్రవారం పింక్ డ్రెస్ వేసుకో, శనివారం బ్లాక్ డ్రెస్ వేసుకో, ఆదివారం రెడ్ డ్రెస్ వేసుకో. ఇక్కడ కండిషన్ ఏంటి? వీక్ డే. If weekday is equal to Sunday, this color. Subsequent multiple conditions are not. Subsequent multiple conditions are not. If condition 1 satisfied, do task 1. Suppose condition 1 is not satisfied, condition 2 is satisfied, do task 2. Suppose condition 2 is not satisfied, condition 3 is satisfied, do task 3. Something like that. Multiple subsequent conditions, like your menu, right? Like your menu. According to your menu selection, the relevant operation must be done, but only one condition is satisfied, only one operation is done. Even though multiple conditions and multiple operations are specified, but multiple subsequent conditions, only one condition gets satisfied, right? Yeah. So condition 1, block of executable statements, elif. Condition 2, then colon, block of executable statements. Okay, elif. Condition 3, like this. How many conditions you can write? How many conditions you can write? How many you want? N number of conditions, depends on your need. N number of conditions. Then finally else part. Here if you observe, elif is optional, else is optional. If you want, you write them, otherwise don't write them. Got it? This is syntax of if elif sequence. In case condition 1 is satisfied, in case condition 1 is satisfied, it will execute the statements under condition 1. That's it. Remaining all are ignored. It will come out from the if. It will come out from the if. Suppose condition 1 is not satisfied, then only go for condition 2. In case condition 2 is satisfied, execute the statements under condition 2. If condition 2 is satisfied, executed, that's over. Come out from the block. If go for remaining statements in the program level, right? Suppose condition 2 is not satisfied, then only it verify condition 3. In case condition 3 is satisfied, execute the statements under condition 3 and come out. Suppose condition 3 also not satisfied, condition 1 is not satisfied, so condition 2. Condition 2 is also not satisfied, so condition 3. Condition 3 also not satisfied, so condition 4, so on, right? In case all above conditions are not satisfied, then execute the else part. Got it? This is if elif sequence, syntax of the if elif sequence. Got it? Let us see examples related to this. Yeah, look at this program. Simple if. I'm not using else part also. Else part is optional. Else part is optional. Okay. If the condition is not satisfied, nothing to do. If the condition is satisfied, do that. If the condition is not satisfied, nothing to do. Clear? Just continue the further flow. That's all. So print if the given number is even number. This is the program for print if the given number is even number. Here I am taking input. Here I am taking input, right? Input goes to variable n. N percentile 2 is equal to 0. N percentile 2 is equal to 0, right? Okay. Yeah. So if the condition is true, n percentile 2, what is percentile 2? Modulus divided by 2 if the remainder. Modulus gives you remainder of the division. If the when you are dividing with 2, if the remainder is 0, that means it is divisible with 2, right? So equal to 0. The result of this process calculation is equal to 0. If the condition is satisfied, ultimately it is even number, right? Suppose condition is not satisfied, don't execute this line. This is the line under if statement based on indentation, right? Now you run it. Suppose my input is 7. So this line is not executed. This line is skipped. Why? Because it is under the if condition. If condition is not satisfied. It is under the if condition. If condition is not satisfied, right? Understand? Suppose your input is suppose your input is 8, condition is satisfied, so statement inside the if block is executed. This is one program. Similarly, you see given number is not an even number, it is an odd number. Very simple, here condition not equal to 0. Same previous program, but only the thing is operator I take not equal to 0. So is the given number greater than 10? So these are the statements before if statement, program level. Those print commands I gave you only for your identification purpose. What statements comes under before if? What statements actually comes under if block? What statements comes under this? If you clearly understand, this is your program. That if is having internally some block of statements. At that moment, based on this condition, whether the block is executed or not, decided. If the condition is satisfied, that is bigger than 10, so these lines will be executed. Otherwise, these lines get skipped, right? Just run it. My input is 5. Is the statements inside the if block executed? No, because if condition is not satisfied. So just go to the next line. Just go to the next line. See here flow, if you understand, first line executed, okay, second line executed, third line executed, fourth line executed, condition is false, need not to go for this. Next, continue the next lines. Understand? So here first line executed, second line executed, third line executed, fourth line executed. Here condition is true, so go inside and execute them. Come out and continue. Got it? Something like that. Using IDE, you can easily understand this. See here, condition is not satisfied, so that's why it is not executed. Now run this. Here my statement is 20, the given input is 23, so it's executed statements inside the if block or not. Got it? This is a simple if. This is simple if. Given number is positive number. Print if the given number is positive number. Greater than 0 is the positive number, right? Next, if else. Next, if else. Given number is even number or odd number. If it is even number, print even number. Otherwise, odd number, right? Else parts. Are you clear? Given number is even number or odd number. If it is even number, print it is even number. Otherwise, print it is odd number. This else is nothing but otherwise what to do, right? Understand? See here, given number is bigger than 10 or not bigger than 10. If this condition is satisfied, it is bigger than 10. Suppose condition is not satisfied, else part not bigger than 10. Otherwise, what to do, right? Similarly, given number is positive number or not a positive number. If the condition is satisfied, print it is positive number. Otherwise, not a positive number. Got it? Yeah. See, find the biggest number in two numbers. Very simple. Take two numbers as an input. Number one, number two. Two numbers as an input. Number one is greater than number two. If the condition is satisfied, number one is biggest. In case the condition is not satisfied, number one is not biggest. Number two is biggest, right? Understand? అదెట్లయితే సార్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఉండొచ్చు కదా. వచ్చింది ఆలోచన. ఈ ఆలోచన వస్తే మీరు కొద్దిగా ఏదన్నా విని అర్థం చేసుకొని ఫాలో అవుతున్నట్టు. ఈ ఆలోచన రాలేదంటే ఏదో క్లాస్ నడుస్తున్నట్టు. And then I find the biggest number in two numbers. If number one is greater than number two, okay, number one is biggest. Otherwise, how can I say number two is biggest? At present, as per this program, and then. Okay, if you got that idea, the solution you will get next program, next level. Okay, understand? This is the simple program to find biggest number in two numbers. This is how we implement if else, right? Next, if elif sequence. Already syntax we understand, right? Next you see if elif sequence. Given number is bigger than 10 or smaller than 10 or otherwise equal to 10, right? It is not bigger than 10 and not smaller than 10. What does it mean? That is nothing but equal to, right? Again, I need not to check the condition. Again, I need not to check the condition, right? If it is bigger than 10, this block will be executed. Suppose the condition 1 is not satisfied, then it is going to verify is it smaller than 10. Suppose it is this condition also not satisfied, else part is executed. Suppose it is bigger than 10, that's all. This condition is satisfied, execute block of statements and come out and continue the further statements. Suppose first condition is not satisfied, then only you need to verify is it smaller than 10. In case it is smaller than 10, need not to go for else part, right? Got it. You see, positive number or negative number or neutral. If it is positive number, print it is positive number. Otherwise, check whether it is negative number or not. Okay, it is not a negative number. It is not positive number, not negative number. That means it is 0, right? If, elif, else. Next you see, find the biggest number in three numbers. Find the biggest number in three numbers. Condition 1 and condition 2. Both together is single condition only, right? Combinedly, multiple conditions logically combined together using the logical operators. Finally, ultimately, it produces single true false. That's it, right? Altogether. There's nothing but single condition. Got it? So number 1 is greater than number 2. Number 1 is greater than number 3. So ultimately, we can conclude that number 1 is biggest number. It is bigger than number 2 and bigger than number 3, right? So this condition is satisfied. And operator, both the conditions are satisfied, then only it is ultimately true. Then only we can say number 1 is bigger number. Otherwise, is it okay? Number 2 is greater than number 3. Because number 1 is already concluded. It is not a biggest number. The biggest number might be in between number 2 and number 3. Need not to verify again number 1, right? Understand? So in between number 2 is biggest, it will print number 2. Suppose this condition also not satisfied, number 3 is big. Always this question is remain, how can I say number 3 is big? Got it? అంటే పైన రెండు సాటిస్ఫై కాకపోతే ఇది ఇదేనా? అంటే మొగుడు మంచోడు కాదంటే పెళ్ళం మంచిదని అర్థమా? అంటే తమ్ముడు మంచోడు కాదంటే అన్న మంచోడు అని అర్థమా? అయి ఉండొచ్చు కాకపోయి ఉండొచ్చు కదా. క్లియర్? It might be equal to number 2, it might be equal to number 1, maybe. Got it? Yeah. But at present, I'm concluding that, simply blindly concluding that number 3 is big. Okay. It is suitable for a couple of situations, but some situations it is not suitable. Got it? Yeah. See here. Enter the weekday number 127. Print the relevant weekday name. If the given input is 1, print Sunday. If the given input is 2, print Monday. If the given input is 3, print Tuesday, so on. This is if-elif sequence, right? If-elif sequence. All of you clear? Nested if. Next one is nested if. If statement inside the if statement. Nested if statement inside the if statement is a nested if. See, look at this. Please let me take this from here. This document actually I will share to you. Of course, programs also I will give you. This is if-elif sequence. The same purpose. Enter the weekday numbers in between 1 to 7. Enter the weekday numbers in between 1 to 7. Display the relevant weekday name. See if statement inside the if statement. If statement inside the if statement. Look at this. This is your program. This is your program, right? This is main if block. Online people, please keep in mute. This is the main if block. It has else part, right? Observe the indentation. Observe the if statement, it's indentation. If block and else block, it's indentation. Then inside the else, you have one more if block. Inside the else, you have one more if block, right? That if is having if else both. One if block may be simple if or if else or if-elif sequence, anything. Okay. Inside this else, again I have if. Okay. Inside this else, again I have one more level if. And inside this else, I have one more level if. Do you understand or not? This is nested if statement inside the if statement, nested if. Got it? Are you clear? This is the if statement. Okay. Understand the if statement inside the if statement, nested if. Okay. This is the program to print, give the weekday numbers and print the relevant weekday names. WDNO is equal to 1, print it. Otherwise else, inside the else if. Okay. If it is 2, print it. Otherwise else, inside the else if. This is nested if. See, look at this program, find the biggest number in 3 numbers. Outer if. This is the outer if, right? Indentations, you please carefully follow the indentations. This is the outer if, this is the indentation for the outer if. This is nested if, inner if, this is the indentation for the inner if. Got it? Even in the previous program also, you observe the indentations. This is the indentation, first level, second level, third level, fourth level, etc. Observe this. Let me remove this all. See, indentations, you observe indentations. This is the main if condition indentation. This is the next level. This is next level. This is next level. This is next level indentation. This is next level indentation. This is next level indentation, right? Got it. Yep. So look at this. Find the biggest number in 3 numbers. In case number 1 is equal to number 2, number 1 is equal to number 3, of course this third condition is not necessary, but still I gave. So if both all are equal, I can simply print that they are equal numbers, they are same values. Then I need not to go for this. I need not to go for verifying biggest. Got it? Suppose they are not equal, any one of the condition is not satisfied, then only I have to go for else part and find which is the biggest number, right? Which is the biggest number. Got it? Here, nested if I wrote in the else part. Nested if I wrote in the else part. For the same purpose, look at this. Number 1 not equal to number 2. Otherwise, number 1 not equal to number 3. Otherwise, number 2 not equal to number 3. Any one condition is satisfied. That means some differences are there, right, in the values. So I'm going for checking biggest value in the given 3 values. Otherwise, suppose these all conditions are not satisfied, then else part they are same values. In this case, I'm writing my nested if inside the if block. Of course, inner if, either you keep in the if block or else block, depends on your logic, wherever you required. Wherever you required. This is a nested if. All of you clear about the nested if? Look at this program. Yourself, you try to understand this program. You explore this program. A modulus 2. What does it mean? Given number is even number. Then square. Otherwise in the sense odd number. What kind of odd number? 5 divisible odd number. Make it cube. Otherwise, if it is not 5 divisible odd number, just multiply with 10. This is nested if. In a single program, you can have multiple if statements also. See, this is one separate independent if statement. This is another separate independent if statement. This is a separate independent if statement. You can have like this, right? So simple if else, if sequence, nested if, multiple ifs. These all logics are possible. Okay, but
Sir,
these
I'm
all
getting the indentation error.
I think you have connected with the phone and computer, otherwise two phones, both the devices are side by side. That's the reason echo is coming. Okay, please stop, disable audio in one channel, so you will be able
Sir, I have disconnected from phone. Now I'm connected to laptop only. So I'm
Okay.
getting indentation error, sir. It is saying unexpected indent.
Indentation must be proper. If you give spaces, it gives error. See, if you press enter in the PyCharm, automatically it takes the proper indentation. Suppose you are taking like this, two spaces, it's not an indentation. In that case, you go for a tab space. That gives you proper indentation. Okay. Second level indentation, two tab spaces. So here indentation is very important thing. Okay, that is a syntax error. Indentation error is a syntax error. Okay, yeah, that be careful. In case of PyCharm kind of IDEs, after the above line, if statement or while loop, something like that, when you press enter, it goes to the automatically the relevant indentation level. While practicing, you will get habituated to maintain the indentation properly. Okay, listening is only for understanding. Exclusively this topic, this chapter, not only this chapter, every chapter. Okay, listening is only for understanding. Hands-on practice only gives you the perfection. Okay, yeah, this is all about if statement. Next, we go for while loop. While loop is a looping construct. Repeatedly execute same set of statements. That is based on condition done by while loop. Repeatedly execute same block of statements based on condition is actually nature of the while loop. Just to let you observe syntax of the while loop. So first in the program level, I can have couple of statements, no problem. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. So while condition, while loop is based on condition, right? The while loop is block of statements. It has its own block of statements inside. So while loop can have block of statements. That's all. While loop can have else part. Else part is optional. While loop can have else part. Else part is optional. In other languages, this feature is not there. Okay, in other languages, this feature is not there. It is the specialty of Python. Else part is optional. Don't consider that I have to give else part. No, if you want, you can take else part. Otherwise, ignore the else part. Without else part also, you can have while, not a problem. If you want, you can keep else part. This is syntax of the while. Okay. So now you see execution flow. If you understand, first line is executed, second line is executed, third line is executed, fourth line is executed. Because these are program level, higher level. Next, while loop. While statement is also program level or not? So this statement is also executed. Here it will verify the condition, because while loop completely works based on condition. In case condition is true, suppose condition is true, enter into the while, execute the statements in the while block, go back again, check the condition. Again condition is true, execute one more time and go back. Execute one more time and go back. Again condition is true, execute one more time and go back. How long, how many times the condition returns true, that many times the while block will be repeated, right? When it will be get stopped? When the condition become false. When the condition become false. అర్థమైందా? నువ్వు నీ ఫ్రెండ్కి ఫీడ్ చేస్తున్నంత కాలం వాడు నీ దగ్గరే తిరుగుతూ ఉంటాడు. ఎప్పుడైతే నీ దగ్గర నుంచి రావట్లేదో వాడి కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. అప్పుడు ఇంక నీ దగ్గరకు రాడు. ఓకే, సో హౌ లాంగ్ ద కండిషన్ రిటర్న్స్ ట్రూ, దట్ లాంగ్, దట్ మెనీ టైమ్స్ the same set of statements gets repeated. Whenever the condition become false, it will go to else part, execute else part and come out. Then further continue executing remaining statements. So when the else part get executed, on the natural exit of the while, else part get executed. On the natural exit of the while, else part gets executed. Understand? So this is while loop. Of course, we can use the break command to stop the loop in the middle forcefully. Break command is used to stop the loop at the middle. Break command. Okay. Using break command, if you exit from the loop, that is not a natural exit, right? What is the natural exit? Condition become false, so it exit from the loop. That is a natural exit. Due to the break command, the loop is stopped. It is not natural exit, unnatural exit. Else part gets executed only on the natural exit of the loop. If it is due to break, if you exit from the loop, else part doesn't get executed. That is the logic of the else. Because condition is true, in between somewhere you put the break command, due to that you are coming out. Condition is true over there, so how else part gets executed? Got it? So else part execute only on the natural exit of the loop. Using break command, if you exit from the loop, else part doesn't get processed. If the break executed, else doesn't execute. Got it? Yeah, this is simply while loop, syntax of the while loop. Just okay, let us go for a couple of programs. Look at the while loop programs. Print all numbers up to the given number using while loop. The program is Example, print all numbers up to the given number, starting from 1 up to the given number using while loop. So what is the given number? Suppose you can take any number, 23, 25, 13, whatever you want. But here let us assume that given number is 8. Initializing the value, variable I am initializing with 1. I is less than gn, less than or equal to gn. 1 is less than or equal to 8. Yes, true. Print it. Increment. I value become 2. Again, go back and check the condition or not. 2 is less than or equal to 8. Yes, true. Print it. Increment. 3 is less than or equal to 8. True. Print increment. Print increment. Print increment. Print increment. So on. I value become 7. Suppose 7 less than or equal to 8. Yes, true. Print 7. Increment. Then I value become 8. 8 less than or equal to 8. Yes, equal to. It is true. Got it? So print the 8 increment. Now I value become 9. 9 less than or equal to 8? No. That's why it come out. Understand? Suppose if you not given this increment operator, increment expression, what happens? I value is ever 1 only. Always the condition true. So it go to infinite loop, never ending loop, infinite loop. Got it? You should be very much careful in case of while loop. In case of while loop, naturally, most of the cases before while initialization, while condition, inside the while increment or decrement, that is needed. Okay, somehow you have to take care, you should be careful. What is the way of exit from the loop? How loop gets stopped? When the loop gets stopped? Definitely you have to take care of that, right? Never leave it to the infinite loop. Infinite loop is endless process. Even 100 years also that program will run. Okay, because okay, this is the program. Just let you run. Your input is something like 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the numbers are printed. Here my input is something like 54. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 54 printed, right? This is a simple program. While loop can have else part also. Same program, no difference. Only the thing is I keep else part. At the ending, else part executed once, right? Suppose my input is 8. After printing 8 at the ending, else part is executed only one time, right? On the exit of the while, else part is executed or not? Because it is natural exit. Look at this. Print only even numbers. Print only even numbers. Same previous program, but I use print if condition to print the I value. If it is even number, then only print it. If it is even number, then only print it. Inside the while, I am using if condition. Inside the if I am doing print. Right? If the condition is not satisfied, printer doesn't execute, right? So the condition satisfied, only the I value is even number. Okay, so it prints only even numbers. Similarly, if you give not equal to, it prints only odd numbers. Can I do the same even number program like this? Increment 2. I value starting with the even number, then inside the while incrementing 2, directly to print the even number or not. Need not to write the if statement inside the while. So to solve a problem, to provide a solution for a problem, there can be 100 ways. There can be 100 solutions. 100 and 100 untaya sir undandu undakoda. There are several logics to solve a problem. As a programmer, we have to go with what is the best suitable logic. అంటే మీరేం చేస్తారంటే ఇప్పుడు బెస్ట్ సూటబుల్ లాజిక్ నాకెంత తెలియాలి అర్థమైందా? దీనికి కొన్ని స్టెప్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఏదో ఒక లాజిక్ రావాలి, అంతేనా? అంతే కదా. రేపు పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటారు, పిల్లలు పుడతారు, పిల్లగాడికి 3వ సంవత్సరం వస్తుంది, వాడిని బచ్ పన్ను ఆ పన్ను ఈ పన్ను ఏ పన్నులోనో వేస్తారు. సో ఫస్ట్ డే 1 వాడు నీకు షేక్స్పియర్ పోయిటరీ చెప్పాలనా? చెప్పాలా? లేదు ఆల్జిబ్రా అని చెప్పాలనా? అవసరం లేదు కదా. ఫస్ట్ డే ఏంటి మీ ఫోకస్? వాటి యూనిఫామ్ వేసుకొని బ్యాగ్ వేసుకొని బస్సులో స్కూల్కి పోయిందా లేదా అంతవరకు ఎంతేనా? వాడు స్కూల్కి పోవటం కోసం వాడు డబ్బా నిండా చాక్లెట్లు బిస్కెట్లు స్నాక్స్ అన్ని పెడతారు. వాడికి అప్పుడు అర్థమైంది అన్నాడు, ఓహో నేను స్కూల్కి పోతే నాకు ఇవన్నీ పెడతారు కాబట్టి స్కూల్కి పోవాలని పోతాడు. అంతే కదా. స్కూల్కి పోతాడు, శుభ్రంగా పక్కన కూర్చుంటాడు, అవన్నీ తింటాడు, గంటలు అయిపోతాయి, ఇంక నేను ఇంటికి పోతా అని ఏడుస్తాడు. వెంటనే స్కూల్లో మేడం నీకు ఫోన్ చేస్తుంది, మీ అబ్బాయి ఏడుస్తున్నాడు వచ్చి తీసుకోపోండి. అవునా? అంటే ఫస్ట్ స్కూల్కి పోయిందా లేదా ముఖ్యం. నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్ స్కూల్లో కుదురుగా కూర్చుంటున్నాడు ఆ 5 hours 8 hours ఎంతైతే అంత టైం, టోటల్ డ్యూరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది స్కూల్ టైం ఈ స్పెండింగ్ ఇన్ ద స్కూల్ ఆర్ నాట్. చదవని చదవకపోని స్కూల్లో నిద్రపోని, అంతే కదా. తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్ నిద్రపోకుండా ఏదో ఒకటి స్కూల్లో చేస్తున్నాడా లేదా, ఆ తర్వాత కనీసం స్లేట్ మీద ఏమన్నా రాస్తున్నాడా లేదా, అంతే కదా. Similarly, first of all, you must be able to develop some logic as a solution for the given problem. Then automatically you will be realized, you will be find out this is not the good logic, better than this. There are several other logics. Over an experience, over a practice, you will be able to find out the best suitable logic for the given problem. That will become habit of you. Got it? So that comes over the practice. Got it? So like this, several logics you can do for the same problem. This is just for after all even number, print all the even numbers, that's all. Got it? Similarly, all odd numbers, print all odd numbers starting from 1 up to given number, starting from 1 up to given number. But here in between the given range, starting number I am giving, ending number also I am giving. So I value I am taking starting number, condition is I is less than or equal to ending number or not. Same logic, logic is the same. Got it? This is how you can use. But if you want to increment to 2, first of all you have to decide, you have to make sure that starting number, the I value begin with the even number only. The starting number must be even number only. Of course my input can be anything. If it is even number, it's okay, take it as it is. Otherwise you increment 1 and take it into I. Then make sure it begins, I value begins with the even number, then loop will continue faster, right? What is the difference? Inside the while loop, if I keep if statement, in every cycle the condition must be verified. But now this if statement is outside the while, only once it will verified. Inside the loop, every iteration I need not to check the condition, right? That will be a little bit faster in the performance or not comparatively. Got it? Yeah, like this. Similarly for the odd numbers. Got it? Yeah. So total of numbers, total of numbers. Like this, you have several logics, factorial of the given number, prime number or not, print all the prime numbers, palindrome numbers, Armstrong numbers. There are several logics. Those all programs are there. You explore them. Okay. This is the flow of while loop, right? See, look at this. Break command. Break command. What is break command? Stop the loop. So definitely I have to keep the break command inside a condition. Conditionally I have to operate it, right? I value is equal to 7, break it. Any condition, depends on you. Any condition, whatever condition you require. So I value is 0, it become 1, print it, 2, print it, 3, print it, 4, print it, 5, print it, 6, print it. Because so far the condition is not satisfied. I value becomes 7, condition is satisfied, break, stop the loop. Whenever the break is executed, else part doesn't get executed. Whenever the break is executed, else part doesn't get executed. Suppose I give 6 only. Break is not executed, so else part is executed or not? Okay, because it stopped at 6, so it never reached the 7. Suppose I gave 9, at the 7 it has been stopped or not? So else part is not executed, you see. Due to the break command, we break the loop, we stop the loop. That's why else part is not executed. This is break command. Next, continue command. Continue command, right? What is continue command? Very simple. Continue command is not the break. Continue command, jump to the next iteration. From there, go to the next iteration. This is continue command. Naturally, we have like this. This is the natural flow. Got it? But due to continue, from here itself, it will go back. Are you clear on that? This is continue. So naturally it will be iterate, finally it will come out. Okay, else part get executed depends on the condition. This is continue command. Continue command for go to next iteration. Go to next iteration. This is a while loop. All of you clear about while loop? Next, for loop. Very simple for loop. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So next we see for loop. For loop is a looping construct, but it is not based on condition. While loop is based on condition. For loop is not based on condition. Okay, for loop is not based on condition, right? So the syntax of the for loop, once you go to syntax of the for loop, for loop takes its own variable. For loop takes its own variable, that is iteration variable. That is iteration variable. Otherwise, you can call it as a for loop variable. One or more variables. One or more variables. Variable. Otherwise, v1, comma, v2, comma, v3, so on. Whatever, depends on you. So here depends on the situation. So here v is the variable for loop variable in iterable object. Iterable object. This is the syntax of the for loop. For loop also have the else part. Can have else part. Else part is optional. Else part is optional. Please observe the execution flow of the for loop carefully, because it is based on iterable object. It is not based on condition. It is based on iterable object. So today, if we finish this for loop, tomorrow we can begin data structures. Tomorrow data structures, Saturday functions, pending data structures and functions. Okay. So this is syntax of the for loop. Here you observe iterable object. What I told you, iterable object, right? What do you mean iterable object? String is iterable object. String is iterable, collection of characters. List is iterable, tuple is iterable, set is iterable. Any collection object is iterable object. So iterable object is multiple value container object is iterable object. The object which contains multiple values, that is iterable object. So here you have multiple values here. This is a collection. Okay. So once you observe the execution flow, first line gets executed, second line gets executed, third line gets executed, fourth line gets executed. Next to for loop, fifth line is for loop. So first value goes to iteration variable, execute one iteration. Then second iteration, second value goes to iteration variable, executes one more time. Third value goes to iteration variable, execute one more time. Next fourth value goes to iteration variable, execute one more time. Next fifth value goes to iteration variable, execute one more time. Next sixth value goes to iteration variable, execute one more time. Next seventh value, next eighth value, next ninth value, so on. How many times? How many items are there in the iterable object? That many times. How many items are there in the iterable object? That many times. At the ending, else part, execute else part once and come out. Got it? Then further statements will be executed in the program. So this is totally, for loop is totally based on iterable object. For loop is totally based on iterable object. Clear? Understand? Yes. Next, let you see programs about for loop. Simple program. Simple program. So string is collection of characters. Name is the string object. Here you see name. So it is an iterable object or not, collection object or not. First time first character goes to C, print it. Second time second character, third character. So it's supposed to print third by character by character. Got it? It's supposed to print character by character. At the ending, else part is executed or not. What is the principle of the else part? Else part is optional. If you want to have, you can have it. Otherwise, you can ignore that. So on the natural exit of the loop, it will be executed. Due to break command, if you break the loop, else part doesn't get executed. That is the principle. Okay. And next you see range object. Range object is an iterable object. To make the range of the values. To make a range of the values. Here range function create the range object. Just let you observe. I'll show you in ideally. range function creates a range object. This range function you can use in three different parameters, either single parameter or two parameters or three parameters. So here x is equal to range of something like 15 I gave. It creates a range object. What is x? A range object. Now only single parameter you have given. The given value is taken as the ending point. By default, starting point is 0, ending point is 15. Given value is 15. That means minus 1, 14. 15 is not included. Given minus 1. Given minus 1. Step is by default 1. Step is by default 1. Similarly, y is equal to range of 5, 25. Now what is y? 5 is the starting point, 25 is the ending point. Increment step is 1 by default. You can specify something like a is equal to a range of something like 7, 49, 3. Incremental step 3. Incremental step 3. What is a, you see? Got it? So what type of object they are? Type of x, type of y, type of a, range objects, range class range. Range is an object. Range is a Python object. You can create the range object using a range function. Range function returns the range object. This is how you can use the range function. Got it? Range object is iterable. If you print the range object, what happens? 0 to 15, 5 to 25, 7 to 49, like that it is showing. Is it giving sequence of the numbers? No. So either you have to convert this into list, otherwise it is iterable. You can iterate this using for loop. Got it? Look at this program. For I in a range of 7, starting is 0, ending is 6, step 1. It will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is it? Okay, this is 5, 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 3, 11, 11 plus 3, so on. Increment step 3, right? See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 14, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 23, like this. This is how we can create the range object, and range object is iterable. I can iterate the range using for loop. Whenever you require within the for loop, you can utilize this range object, right? So here, this is the list. Of course, next chapter is the list. This is the list. List is iterable. I can iterate the list using for loop, right? One by one value it is getting into for loop variable or not. Got it? Break command, break the loop. In case break command is executed, else part doesn't get executed. Continue command, continue the loop. From here, go to the next iteration. Go to the next iteration. Of course, even number, odd number, prime number, these all programs maximum possibility we can try with the for loop. Okay. So I gave you the overall information about this if statement, while loop, for loop. But I know that this is not enough for you. What is required? Practice is required. Several programs you have to practice. How many programs you practice in this chapter, that good your brain work for building your programming logics. మైక్ టైసన్ రోజు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తాడా, లేదంటే కేవలం మ్యాచ్ రోజే ప్రాక్టీస్ పోతాడా? మ్యాచ్ రోజే పోతాడా? డైలీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తాడు కదా. కోహ్లీ రోజు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తాడా, లేదంటే మ్యాచ్ ఉంటేనే బ్యాట్ పట్టుకుని పోతాడా? ఉదాహరణకి, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, కోహ్లీ రోజు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదు, హాయిగా మ్యాచ్ లేదనుకోండి, శుభ్రంగా మంచి జంబో ప్యాక్ బిర్యానీ తెప్పించుకొని ఇల్లంతా తిని శుభ్రంగా కూల్ డ్రింక్ తాగి పడుకొని నిద్రపోయారు. ఎప్పుడో 9 గంటలకో 10 గంటలకో లెగుస్తాడు. అంటే మనం ఏం చేస్తాం రోజు అట్లనే చేస్తాడు అనుకుందాం. రేపు మ్యాచ్ ఉంది, ఇండియా పాకిస్తాన్ మ్యాచ్. కోహ్లీ రారా మరి ఆర్డర్ అంటే ఏమవుతుంది? క్రికెట్ అంటే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ కదా అందరికి. కోహ్లీ రోజు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయకుండా జస్ట్ మ్యాచ్ ఉన్న రోజు ఆడతలే, ఊరికే రోజు నష్టపెడతావింది అని అనుకున్నాడు అనుకో కోహ్లీ, ఏమవుతుంది? కోహ్లీకి మాత్రం ఫ్యామిలీ ఉండదా? తల్లిదండ్రులను చూసుకోవద్దా? పెళ్ళాన్ని షాపింగ్ కి తీసుకెళ్ళొద్దా? మీరందరూ ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని స్నాక్స్ తింటూ టీవీ చూస్తా ఉంటే వాళ్ళు మాత్రం పిచ్చముండ అడుగులా గ్రౌండ్ లో కూడా పరిగెత్తాలి, ఇల్లు అక్కడ వదిలేసుకొని. ఎందుకు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తారు? ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తేనే ఆ రోజు కరెక్ట్ గా ఆడేది. అవునా? ఈ టైసన్, డగ్లస్ ఇటు ఉన్నారు కదా, లైగర్, మరి వీళ్ళందరూ మ్యాచ్ ఉన్న రోజు కొడదాంలాండి, రోజు ఏం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తావు అని సైలెంట్ గా ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది? అంతేనా? ఆ రోజు పెర్ఫామ్ చేయడానికి ఏమి ఉండదు. ఆ రోజు కూడా ఇంకో బిర్యానీ తెచ్చుకొని తింటాం తప్పితే చేయగలిగింది ఏమి లేదు. అట్లనే స్క్రిప్టింగ్ ఆర్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్, దీనికి కావాల్సింది ఏంటి? మెయిన్ లాజిక్. అనా? లాజిక్ అనేది మెయిన్. మరి లాజిక్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? ఎక్కడి నుంచి రావాలి లాజిక్? బుర్రలోంచి రావాలి. అవునా? హ్యూమన్ బ్రెయిన్ లో నుంచే రావాలి లాజిక్. డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ది బెస్ట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద situation. You supposed to create the logic should be come from human brain. Got it? ఇప్పుడు ఎక్సర్సైజ్ ఎవరికి కావాలి? బ్రెయిన్ కి కావాలి. అంటే ఎక్సర్సైజ్ అంటే దాని మీద 2 డంబెల్స్ పెడతారు బ్రెయిన్ మీద కాదు కదా. ఏం చేయాలి? ఎన్ని ఎక్కువ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఫేస్ చేసి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే అంత బాగా మీరు రేపు పెర్ఫామ్ చేయగలరు. అంటే చాలా మంది స్టూడెంట్స్ అడిగేది ఏంటంటే, సార్ మీరు ఒక 200 ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఇచ్చారు, రేపు ఇయే వస్తాయి సార్ మా కంపెనీలో? ఇయే అడుగుతారా సార్ కంపెనీలో? ఇయే అడుగుతారా సార్ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో? అంటే సార్ నా బుర్రని నేను పని చేయించదలుచుకోలేదు సార్ అర్థం అనమాట. అంటే ఇప్పుడు 200 ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ నేను ఇచ్చాననుకోండి, అవి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే రేపు నీకు వచ్చే ప్రాబ్లం అనేది ఇంకేదో ఈ 200లో ఖచ్చితంగా ఉండదు. అర్థమైందా? వేరేది ఏదో వస్తుంది. కానీ ఈ 200 ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయటం వల్ల ఆ ప్రాబ్లం కి సొల్యూషన్ చెప్పగలిగిన స్థితిలో నీ బ్రెయిన్ ఉంటుంది. అండర్స్టాండ్? సో ఎక్సర్సైజ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్, exclusively for programmers who want to become as a programmer, who want to write some scripts. The very important chapter is this chapter only. Okay, so name me program
When
system.
can you share these examples with us, sir? We are waiting since.
Yes, good reminder. Yes, now itself I will share.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, I think who all join in the classroom, you people will get it.